Number 15, let's see, we have a physics student. "40 kilograms, so mass 1 equals 40 kilograms. At rest on a frictionless rink, so their initial velocity was 0. And they were holding a 3 kilogram box, so the box and initially the box was 0. And then we threw the box 8 meters per second. Which statement describes the initial velocity of the student? Oh, after the box is thrown. So the final velocity is what we're looking for. So we would have m1 v1 plus m2 v2 equals m1 v1 prime plus m2 v2 prime. And we can say that this is an explosion type of reaction because the student is holding the box. So it would be m1 plus m2 times at a common velocity equals m1 v1 prime plus m2 v2 prime. And since v1, the initial velocity of the student, equals 0 and v2 equals 0, we could say v1 equals v2 equals 0. So the initial velocities of both were 0. This goes to 0. And since we're looking for the final velocity of the box, the student, final velocity of the student, we're looking for v1. So we could solve for m1 v1 prime equals negative m2 v2 prime and divide by mass. And we get v1 prime equals negative mass 2 is 3 times 8 divided by the student's mass, which is negative 24 over 40, which is 0.6. And since it's a negative, it's going in the opposite direction.